o'clock. We have a roll call, please.
Yeah. We have Chair Kathy Flater,
Yes.
Alan Stallings,
Here.
Gerald Oliver,
Here.
and Scott Hagan.
Here.
We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do I have an approval on the agenda? More discussion? Maybe we should just approve the agenda.
Public comment?
Public comment is after the approval of the agenda. Yes. Okay, let's vote on the approval of the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Board vote Kathy Flater,
Yep.
Alan Stallings,
Yes.
Gerald Oliver,
Yes.
Scott Hagan.
Yes.
Do we have public comments at this time?
Is there any public comment on the Zoom?
Anybody tuned in on Zoom, if you speak through your microphone, it'll come through on the laptop and we can bring you in whenever you need to. And say no.
Approval of the minutes for January 8th and January 16th. We'll do the approval of the meetings, minutes of the meeting. I motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Board vote Kathy Flater,
Yes.
Alan Stallings,
Yes.
Gerald Oliver,
Yes.
Scott Hagan.
Yes.
General Manager's report, Ken?
Yes. I do it from here or from?
Do it from there. Sorry.
I heard it.
This is, everyone hear me?
Yep.
This is for just a general idea of what's going on. There's no action that's going to be taken by the board. This is just for information purposes. What we've been doing, we've had several CPRAs, and what that is under the Brown Act, if someone has an issue with whatever happened, they can certainly request that some public, well, this is a CPRA, I'm sorry. These are requests for documents. And we've had a lot of requests. It takes a lot of time sometimes to resolve these. I've attached some of the CPRAs. Well, the CPRAs that we have received, I believe, are in the attachments. I think it's going to be a good idea for everyone as far as transparency for any of these public records requests to be public, so everyone knows what's going on, and so they can also know that they can request records if they want to. One of the things that well, we had a recent one that was quite lengthy, and it's, well, I think you will find out that later on, there's a lot of stuff that this district has to do. And that's one of them, but there's also some other things, such as the sewer. It would be nice to have the sewer. The toilets flush all the time. That's a priority, obviously. But we still have to follow through with the CPRA requests. There has been some complaints that have been given to various agencies. One is to the Fair Political Practicing Commission regarding conflicts of interest. That was dated December 29th, 2025. The Fair Political Practices Commission issued a report that said that they will not pursue any enforcement action against the district. So that's what happened. Additionally, OSHA, the violations that were done, there was a complaint for OSHA, or a request for OSHA to come over and with the fire department, and that was done. And there were some violations. But just for the board's information, I got on chat GPT, and it appears that on these types of investigations, if you will, or it's very, very common to have violations, citations. In fact, there's a study done, and that's in the attachments, that on some of the OSHA's, there was, I think, a study that ended in 2010, but it's in the packet. It said that there was 1,300 of these sort of, investigations, or whatever you want to call it, that none of them passed without having any citations. Most of the time, there were numerous citations. It should be noted that I don't believe that there has been an OSHA inspection of the fire department here ever, to my knowledge, and maybe there has been. There's two ways to look at these OSHA violations as far as, good as corrective measure. We're glad that they're there so we can correct it. And it has been corrected and I think that the fire chief will go over that way. There was another issue, and that was with, there was a complaint with the Civil Rights Department that the disposition was, and that was, the case was closed due to insufficient grounds for further action. These are complaints. Anyone can file a complaint, okay? And that's basically what's going on. The other thing that we do want to talk about a little bit is about attorney's fees. That'll be addressed probably later on, but the attorney's fees have been incredibly high, to the tune of well over $100,000 in the last 2 years. Now, one of the reasons is there's some lawsuits that are pending. Obviously, when there's a lawsuit, the district has to retain an attorney to defend. So that's why that is. Additionally, for example, the Civil Rights Department, the attorney was required to do that. So we had to hire an attorney to do that. A lot of the CPRA requests and just about everything, including the cure and corrects. Cure and correct is another thing that there is. If there's someone who believes that there's a violation of the Brown Act, which is the open meeting law, is another way to do it. If there is, in fact, someone who believes that there is a violation, they can do a cure and correct, which says that the district should have to acknowledge that they received it and to cure it, and if there's a problem, to correct it. The problem is oftentimes on these cure and corrects, and also with the CPRAs, there is a veiled threat for litigation or complaints or file a complaint somewhere. Because of that, I think it would, and I hate to say this, but I think it would be appropriate and save the district in the long run to go ahead and have the district attorney, the Spalding Community Services District, their lawyer, be advised of all of these and to respond just in case. I think that I'd rather have a lawyer determine that it's the best way to go about it than to cause problems. And if there is another complaint or whatever, we might be ahead of the game. So I think that would be something that we're considering. That's certainly no any not action is involved with that.
Decorum.
I don't think it's necessary for the district to have any specific action on it. It's just for the district's information. That's what we're talking about and consider. If it does appear that we need something, we'll put it on. We'll request that it be put on the agenda later on. At any rate, I think that it's something that the district should discuss. I think it's something that's very legitimate. We could use this money for other purposes if we don't have to.
Yeah, $100,000 would go a long ways.
It was $125,000, and we've managed over the last 10 months to pay $50,000 of it down, and we still owe $75,000.
Will there be public comment on this one?
Sure.
Thank you. Hi, Christine, and I just have a question. Why are we using $300 an hour attorney when county council is free access for special districts?
The attorney that we're using,
thanks.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, it's, I think that the public comment is, you don't need to respond.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Kathy?
I've been involved in the city of Spalding for probably 35, 40 years. I have never seen the community this bad and this divided before, all over about 3 or 4 people.
Right.
My question is, have they gone up and asked you guys questions first, or just done the 13 pages of requesting information from you guys? Have you talked to them first and requested it and been denied? Then I'd like to see where those records are and who denied it, because
No problem.
now, all it is destroying our community. That $100,000 plus could have been used to fix some of the stuff that had to be fixed in the parking lot that you guys did for, do what? That money could have been used for stuff that needed to be used around here. It's dividing the community, and it's really got to stop.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment from the Zoom?
I haven't heard anything. It comes right out of the speakers here, so if somebody speaks, so. They're currently muted, so if you are trying to say something, you're on mute.
We'll move on to number 8, which is Mike Garcia.
Mike Garcia, Administrative Assistant. I'm here with the office report. Last 30 days have been pretty hectic. I think it came before you guys 30 days ago. I was 4 days into the position. So I want to take a quick moment to thank Stacy as well as Brad, who all started within the last short amount of time. We've been trying to download, get up to speed as fast as possible, and they have put an amazing effort to do so, and I'm really pleased with them. I also want to thank Kelly, Ken, and Frank for being available to us, for learning and just making themselves available, as well as the entire board. Has been really helpful in our onboarding process to make sure that we're able to serve you the best way that we can. That being said, we've got a lot going on the last 30 days. One of the things that we've been focusing on was the OES grant, and Cheryl Alvarez was gracious enough to get that going for us. I got started and then kind of got left behind a little bit, and we were about to lose it. She picked it up and kept it moving forward and kept that money available to us. So I want to thank her publicly for that, because it's a big deal. I've been working with VC3, our liaison is Amber, and she is putting together a proposal that you see kind of preliminary stuff going on in the packet regarding our cybersecurity. The way that the grant is laid out on the ledger, it's this form here. It's a little bit confusing. There's actually 2 years years that we were granted money for, so there's two different buckets of money that we're pulling from, and then we have several projects, they're listed A through E. Those allocations of funds were actually negotiated as part of the OES grant, so where that money ends up going is kind of already specified. There's a little bit of wiggle room there where we need to, and I will work with Amber to make sure that our needs are met. My primary focus is A, bringing us up to compliance with cybersecurity so that we are not as vulnerable as we are currently, as well as making the system manageable and easy to understand for somebody stepping into the role, as well as keeping our monthly maintenance cost as small as possible, because moving forward, we don't want to have a huge budget issue with IT support. So we're working tooth and nail to keep that down. I think we're going to be able to achieve all those results and bring our monthly payment down from where we are right now from our conversations. But we have weekly meetings and we'll put together that, and I do have a proposal I will definitely bring before you guys for something to vote on, and hopefully it'll be pretty exciting. Outside of that, I think that pretty much covers. The progress report was all part of the OES grant, and so just kind of wanted to let you guys know some of the back end stuff that goes just to make sure we stay compliant. Been working with Nikki at the state to make sure that all our ducks are in a row and things are looking good. But it's been a little bit trying to organize all of where paperwork is and who has what and all that. So I appreciate the patience, and we look to keep moving forward and step by step make everything a little better.
Where are we at with the Frontier bill and whatnot? Did you save any money there?
Yes, so Frontier bill, we were paying for DSL and we had some routers as well as some static IP addresses. Took me probably a week to go through and research that. To the best I could find out, those static IPs were not being used by anything. I was under the impression they might be used by SCADA, but they were not. So we shut them down, we shut down the DSL, we saved approximately $500 a month on that bill. And then we, in that process, renegotiated our lines of service for the hard lines, so that brought our price down a little bit too. That's icing, or I guess the tip of the iceberg. I think there's other opportunities we can get into there,
I think so.
but it's just, we're inch by inch.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have a question for you, Mike. On the reimbursement for the grant. I know that we have submitted some invoices for reimbursement. Have we heard anything about that yet?
I have not heard back. The progress report for Nikki was due last Friday, and so her schedule up until then was pretty tight because she's doing progress reports for all the grants associated. So I haven't really had a chance to reach out to her directly about an update on that. But it's on the agenda for probably next week.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Number 9 is the sewer report, and that's Mike again and Brad, our new sewer tech.
Okay, I'm new, as we've been told numerous times. Sorry. So January just focused on me getting established in my role and taking over the responsibilities that David had left me. I was making sure to do all my daily reporting and checking the daily flows of, using the SCADA. I worked on various documents with Mike this year, this month, sorry. I did the GeoTrack report for 2025 report, 2025 annual report, and 2025 volumetric report, which were all reported in and brought back successfully. Worked on building the SERP, which is a sewer emergency response plan with Mike. Contacted a couple of different agencies. Still waiting to hear back on from them. Did maintenance Wednesdays every week. Nothing to report there other than January 9th. I can't remember the date, sorry. Anyways, towards the beginning of January, we noticed there was a fuel leak on lift station 2. We contacted Barron Care to get it fixed. He contacted us back, told us that it was supposed to be a $300 project per lift station to repair, and spoke with board member Oliver, and he replaced all the O-rings, saving us about $1,200 in repairs right there. Let's see what else do I have.
It cost me $4, yes.
Yeah, that's all I have, sorry.
All right, I'll go ahead and follow up from there. We've also been in constant contact with Mike Reese over at the water board. We started with Trevor, and he kind of passed us off to Mike. He was at the previous meeting, or Lahan, I'm sorry. And we submitted a corrective action plan regarding all the notice of violations that we got from last November report. He seemed pretty pleased with that. Brad and I are working to put a plan in place to start working through those items. And so that's what the corrective action plan is. We're also working through the SSMP, which is something that should be on the website. And I think we do have one, but it might be dated, and I don't know if we're adhering to it. So we're just kind of revamping it, seeing what we have currently, bringing it into the new, and then trying to make a plan moving forward where we're not, flying by the seat of our pants, that we actually are prepared for any potential thing that might happen, which is one of the things that you might see in the SCRP, just some common failure points and what our planned response to those would be if they were to arise.
That's pretty much it. Any comments? Brad failed to mention that we're signing him up for his classes so that he can start working on his water board one certificate, which would be very good for the district.
We actually had a call yesterday with Kathy Stone out of Chico. She is a grade 5 with 36 years experience, and she is working on getting us a proposal where she can come work with Brad 1 or 2 days a week, and then he can check in each night and get certified for all his hours worked. She's informed us that the hours actually, I think, are 1,960 hours before he can get his grade 1 certification. But if we're able to count all of his hours, except and not just the hours he's working alongside her, that's going to be a huge win and really cut into that time frame. And the hands-on experience there, I think, is going to be invaluable.
If I can work. Also, from Mike Reese, he gave us some contact information for several other things as well. I will go over that later on, but one of them is similar to Ms. Stone. There's other people that can do it too. There might be a roving person that we're going to look at. But once again, the whole idea is to keep the costs down, but still allow certification. So we have things in the work. We'll probably reach out to a lot of people to see where it is, and if it comes down to, we're going to have to pay for it.
Right.
And when it comes down to if we get into a bid situation later on, we'll put that on the agenda to see if you want to I'll contact everyone and see if they're able to do that. If they are, would they be able to bid on it? So.
Do we have any idea on a cost?
No, and the reason for that is there is no one within Susanville that can do it. The nearest people is the Chico. Ms. Stone was from Chico. There's, I think, 4 other people from Chico, and then there's quite a few people from Redding. But, to travel up there, it's going to be costly for them to come up, and that's why if we can do everything by Zoom, or that would save the district a lot of funds.
Preliminary communications with Kathy Stone was approximately $150 an hour, and she was willing to waive travel expenses. So that would be pretty strong, and then I'm assuming like a 15-minute check-in each night would be an hour throughout the week, and then maybe 8 hours on site with Brad. But we gotta make sure we can budget for it, and also see if that is an appropriate price. It seems fair, but I don't have anything compared to, so we'll try to see what we can find out.
Perfect.
Is this something that needs to be bidded? We have to put out a bid for this?
I believe it would be, because it's an ongoing expense that will accumulate to be more than $2,500. So, and I think it would be a benefit to us to bid it out anyway, just to make sure we're getting the best price possible. That being said, I think experience might matter more. If the prices are comparable, it might be worth spending a little extra for better experience.
Right. Okay.
Any other comments? Frankie?
All right, so we had one medical call that we were in 2 traffic collisions and 1 fire. The traffic collisions and the fire we were canceled. The fire was actually somebody, the mic's on, this one's just really quiet.
Oh, okay, well, put it closer to your mouth.
Okay. They were doing sheetrock, so they got the false alarm for the fire for that one. The Osprey Hotel cleanup is going good. They've got quite a bit already done. Last I talked to Chuck, they were waiting for county approval to come up and give them the final release on it. But we weren't sure if the foundation was able to stay or not. We had a meeting with ISO today. With the inspector came out, went very well. He's gonna get back to me hopefully within the week, not within a week, with a report, and he said everything was great. If they had any questions, he'd give us a call. In regards to OSHA side of it, they're,
Frankie, tell me, what's an ISO?
Yeah.
it is, shit. No, shoot. Sorry. I'm a brain's dead. What? ISO? Yeah. Inspection safety operations. I'd have to get the binder again. Inspector safety. Sorry, I'll get back to you.
Is that a state agency?
It's so what the ISO is it gives us a rating, and depending on our rating affects our fire insurance,
Okay.
as whether we can get it or not. And it affects everything from, if we have hydrants to no hydrants. So like Stones, they have a little bit better rating than us because they have an actual hydrant system inside of there. They have to sustain 250 gallons per minute for minimum 2 hours. They have a 100,000 gallon water tank up on top of their hill that helps supply their hydrants, so it's a big tank. And it's wise, and it affects people within 1,000 feet of those hydrants. Our 2 hydrants here don't qualify us, because we have to have 40,000 gallons roughly to supply them if you can. And unfortunately, nobody's within 1,000 feet. Too good. That would affect too much, and they're all well-based. We were actually talking about with him if we install a cistern for near future, we got a grant or something. If we did like 30,000 gallon cistern, would be awesome, and that would help us. But that's a future expense.
And that would improve our rating,
Mhm.
and that in turn helps us get better rates for our fire insurance?
Yes. Any questions?
ISO stands for International Organization for Standardization. FYI.
That's iOS. Okay.
Insurance Service Office.
There you go.
Thank you.
My brain's been all day.
Somebody Google that.
Thanks, Chris.
And then in regards to the OSHA side of it, they do not give written statements for our abatement process. So we're still working on getting something from them that kind of states that we abated all of our citations, as well as we are in the appeal process to get our monetary side of it reduced, if not eliminated.
So Frankie, that tank at the park,
No.
that is very big.
Any other public comments? Board reports. Mine was the request for the insurance information. Kathy Muse asked for the last 24 months of the attorney's bills, which we already discussed was just shy of 125,000. Balance now right at 75,000. We paid a lot down, and we will continue to work with them on that. And I think the only reason we still have them is that because we continually feed them money, but we continually use them too. So anyway, that's what I had also. Helen.
Okay, so I wanted to make a report about our strategic plan. This is a plan that we had adopted last year But since we had some issues with communication and staffing shortages, we never really implemented our plan. We really haven't looked at it again, so we wanted to reintroduce it again today. And so the draft plan is on the website and hard copies can be provided at the office. We'll have a 45-day period for public review and a 30-day period for public comment beginning today. And we'd like you to take a look at the plan. I think it's a good framework for us going forward. It's from 2025, which is obviously already passed, to 2030. And it gives us a lot of good a framework for going forward. Some of the things that I think are really important. It talks about standing committees that will be trying to implement an operations committee, a finance committee, and a recreation and community development committee. And that will include the community members, and we'd like to ask you to volunteer for those kinds of things to help us round out our planning for the community. And some of the other elements in our strategic plan are capital improvement planning, our fiscal health, which is obviously critical, our community development, administrative practices, and our regional cooperation and mutual aid. So those are some of the things that are covered in our strategic plan, so please take a look at it and give us comments or suggestions, and then we'll take it back up again. My second report for you today is about the board vacancy. Our board, we have a vacancy as a result of the resignation of Glenn Johnson. We had 60 days to fill that position, and no one has come forward to volunteer as of the 60 days, which was February 9th. As I understand it, the procedure is to inform the county that we have had no one volunteer for the vacant seat, and then it falls to the county to appoint someone to fill that seat. We've notified the county clerk recorder that that seat is vacant, and that's the procedure. So we'll let you know what progress we have from there.
Don't we have to have somebody to be there to be appointed? We have nobody that's interested. What is the county gonna do?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't know. All I know is the procedure, so and then if anybody here in the room would like to speak to the county about being a volunteer, please do.
Plus, if we can't fill one seat in November, we have 3 seats that are gonna be available. So it's something for the community to think about. Jerry?
Okay, audio video. We updated the audio video, obviously. I'd like to thank Chris Long for his time and money, Rick Anderson for the camera, which is working out really well, and just glad to get up to the 20th century, I guess.
It seems to be working well.
Yes.
So far, so good.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike for Zoom and hopefully other things.
How much did it cost?
I don't know, it's free.
Was it all donated?
All the time, and everything was donated. We had to buy some stuff through the community. I don't know what the actual number is.
It was less than, right around $1,000.
Yeah.
Which would be the hardware.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
new speakers and
Yes.
mixers and all the stuff the pros ask
The
people.
big ticket item was we thank everyone for volunteering and helping it be made possible.
Yeah, that's huge. That
That's
saves
huge, yeah.
a ton of effort.
Scott?
Hey Jerry, who applied, or who got us the camera?
Rick Anderson?
Scott?
My report is on the California Special District Association. They supply, if you're a member, they supply training for board members, staff, that type of thing. There's a lot of good training on there, and there's some of it that's live webinars, there's some of it that's live you can go to, or there's just webinars that you can click on and do at your own time. The next live webinar that's coming up is on February 24th, and it's Are You ADA Compliant? It's how to tackle a website and PDF accessibility. So if anybody's interested, that would be a good one to tune into. It's at 10 o'clock on the 24th. all you have to do is have a sign-on for CSD. There's no charge for it. So that's what I have.
Thank you, Scott. Financial procedures update, Mike?
All right, so I was hoping to have a little more for you today. This is kind of more of a concept. Looking over the way that our bank account structure is laid out, I don't know that it is the best solution for staying organized and being able to clearly see where we have money to afford what items. So I would like to work hand in hand with some other small districts and kind of get some ideas as far as, just for an example, we have a sewer account, but we don't have a separate account for repair and replace. And that should be probably something we contribute to on a monthly basis per our SSMP and certain requirements. So just bringing an account tree together that makes sense, where at a glance we know what we have and where we can allocate funds, I think would be a benefit. I did just get in contact with Joanne Crouch at US Bank. It's been probably 2 or 3 weeks in the making, but I got her phone number. We talked minutes before this meeting, so I'm hoping that she can help us out with some of that. It's just ideas, and then when I have something more concrete that makes sense, present it to the board and see if we want to move forward. But for now, I would recommend that we table this for a later time.
Would this be in addition to the repair and replace account that we have with the actual bond?
Yes, so the repair and replace account with the bond is, I think, technically a reserve account per Clark at Wildan, which can be used for a few things. The issue with that as our permanent repair and replace would be that at the end of the bond cycle, it's gone.
It's gone.
So if we're not planning past that, and some of these things are end of life 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
you know, the end of the bond cycle ends and all of a sudden we don't have anything in case something happens. So I think if we're planning in advance for that, stuff like we have with the VCM we're gonna bring up later,
Yeah.
we would have a little extra reserves to be able
Right.
to lean on if we needed to.
Okay. Good. Thank you. You're up for YouTube.
All right. So I thought I would bring this before the board as a potential idea moving forward. What I would like to present would be the idea that we record all videos via Zoom. When I sat down, I forgot to hit record this time, but we do have phone recordings that we could do. But I would like to start a YouTube channel for Spalding CSD, where all of our board meetings and anything can live for anybody to see at any given time. Just for full transparency, I would like it also to be kind of fun and interactive, maybe like what's going on in the community. We could have videos of Pine Creek when the fish are jumping, who caught what when, you know, kind of bring, so if you're at home and you're just like, what's going on in the community? You can tune into our YouTube channel and kind of see some things. But I did want to kind of bring that up and see if it was something that you guys thought would be a valuable use of my time. It shouldn't require a lot of time. Most of it's upload happening in the background. And there is no cost to it. It's a completely free thing. We just set up and go.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
So I guess we'll push that one to a
Yes,
board vote.
yes,
Or we could do discussion first, I guess.
Oh, public comment.
All right. Yes.
Is that a secure site where you're the only one allowed to put anything on the YouTube? Or is it open for anybody else to put YouTube on?
Oh, that had photos or something to add?
Yeah. Do you have only one person that's allowed to put stuff on that site?
That's a great question. So to my knowledge, as long as you have a login, you would have access to upload anything you wanted.
Is that secure? Is that a secure login?
Well, it would be as secure as we make it. And I can work with Amber at VC3 to ensure. That's a good concern that I hadn't really given thought to. So that's a concern.
Kathy, I don't have a question on the Zoom. I have I'm really having a tough time swallowing $125,000 off of frivolous stuff. Is there no recourse that the community has against the people that are costing us money?
I'm told not at this time.
And Loretta Harrison, by the way, forgot to introduce myself.
Pam, you're right.
That's all.
We sign contracts. Yes.
I'm not sure if this has directly to do with this. It's just because I'm worried about the ramifications of
I have a situation in my house where, the water in my bathtub, hot and cold, has been running since last weekend. And, I was told that the only plumber in the community is JD, who I have called, and they might be out of town. So I'm just putting it out in the universe that if anybody knows of somebody who can come in and fix my faucets, you know, I could write a check from Golden One. I don't know how to fix them. I don't even know how to shut off the water.
Under the sink, there's two knobs under the sink. Reach down and shut them off.
I tried, and I don't think that they're associated with the bathtub. They're associated with the sink, which I'll shut off. So, you know, I need a plumber or somebody who knows how to fix it. I had them fixed in April by friends and neighbors, especially Tony Alvarez. And I guess they stripped, so the water's just running the hot and cold. So if anybody knows of anybody who knows how to fix that kind of stuff, I think actually the faucets are under the house, which
Okay,
I
that's enough.
physically can't do.
Okay.
So if anybody knows anybody, let me know how to get to.
And,
We can Google plumber.
Did we want to do a vote on item 13?
oh yes, we did, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there.
Board vote, Kathy Clay,
Yes,
Ellen Stone.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, we need a
a
motion.
motion, yeah. I'll make a motion,
One second.
Right, and we're back to the vote with Kathy Clay,
yes.
Ellen Stone,
Yes.
Gerald Oliver,
Yes,
Scott Hagan.
Yes.
providing the security of it.
Yeah, security. Ken?
Thank you. This is for, we're going to have a contract for, to replace, some, check valves in all of the lift stations as well as the pond liner. I think that we can do better than what we have from BCM. I contacted them and I said, I think we need to do a better bid situation. There's other people that might be able to do it. And instead of having that approved, I would recommend that we go ahead and contact several other engineering firms in Chico or even Reading. And instead of having the whole thing done all at once, the biggest problem right now is the pond lining. And I believe that Mike has talked to Michael Reese from Lahontan, and that he agrees that this would be a better way to go about it. So I talked to Todd Carroll, who is from BCM. I said, hey, you know, we're going to have to do this, and he said, that's fine, I completely understand. But I think it is appropriate to do the bid situation. Let's see where we are, and if we can get enough people to do it, maybe we can get it the next board meeting.
So we're gonna allow like a 30-day time frame to see if we can get some other bids or
Yes,
whatever?
I think what I can do is, once again, Michael Reese gave us a whole list of engineers that might be able to do this. Some of them, I contacted the Stone, and she said that she did not even know that there was a bid out because somehow it wasn't done. So we need to send it out to as many people as we can to get the best price that we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did we not post that prior?
Yes, it was, but I think we can do a better job rather than just posting it. If we have a list of engineers that we can
No, I
send.
understand, I understand, but just,
Yeah,
I thought it was posted.
it was.
And that's how we got
Yeah,
two, okay.
yeah, we got two and one said no.
Right,
So I would just ask the board just to do a motion to table this until we can, or to table it until we can for sure get some better bids going on.
Yeah, for sure.
I make a motion to table the ECM contract.
Nice second.
One thing that Ken and I had discussed that I thought might be a good idea would be putting together potentially an ad hoc committee with anybody and everybody that has had hands on our sewer system that's local and willing. Some suggestions came in yesterday morning that were eye-opening. that we just didn't know, we didn't have the knowledge because a lot of us are new. So if we could put all those minds in a room together and sit down and really discuss our needs, this is a mutual thing we all need. We all want the best outcome. We all want to get the best price. So I think if we were to do that, it requires at least one board member. I don't want to volunteer anybody, but I think Jerry and Scott might be good fits for this. I would like to put myself in that hat, just getting as many brains in that room as possible, including our new sewer technician, Brad, so he gets some learning opportunities, and we go through and just see what the best solution is and what we really need.
Absolutely.
I did talk to someone who happens to be here, where'd he go? There he is. To be a part of the ad hoc committee. I think that's good. That's the best way to go about it. Some people have experience in this, and I know that there's other people might have experience with the system as well that might be able to do it. And they might not want to be, a part of a board or anything, but they can certainly give recommendations to the board.
Yes.
And I think that's the way to go.
To develop a committee, do we need a motion and all that, to develop an ad hoc committee?
Probably not, but I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. It's as far as the agenda right now, it's under the contract, so I think peripherally it might be involved, okay, for the agenda. But I don't think you need to anyway, but I think a motion to explore an ad hoc committee would be appropriate.
I would make that motion.
Okay,
Second,
okay.
should we finish the
We should
The first
finish
vote,
the
yeah.
vote that we were
Yes.
on
Yeah,
before?
Yes.
Table it or not?
Yes. Tables.
We did the motion. Somebody second
That's
it?
me.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and place the vote. Kathy Clay,
Yes.
Alan Song,
Yes.
Gerald Albert,
Yes.
Scott Hagan.
Yes.
And in the interest of that, I think going back to item 12, I recommended to table it, but we did not vote on that, so that was regarding the bank account treaty.
Okay, so I make a motion to table this item
No, I'll
for further
second.
discussion in the future.
All right, and board vote Kathy Clay,
Yes.
Alan Song,
Yes.
Gerald Albert,
Yes.
Scott Hagan.
This was number 12, right?
Yes.
Number 12.
Yes.
ADA compliance update, Ken?
Yes, there is a, there was a ADA, basically a complaint, and we did receive, we did not receive it, it was done by, Glenn Johnson, and, we never did get a copy, because it was just directed to him as far as what the results were. We finally had to contact the county, and we got a copy of the ADA requirements. Basically what we have now is, we need to put some, tire stops, wheel stops. We need to make sure that there is sufficient room, and that might mean extending the lines from the building out approximately 7 feet, and then 18 feet after that to the road. And we're not sure what the set off is from the middle of the road in the county. But anyhow, that's in the process. We can have that ordered and installed as far as the tire stops within 2 weeks.
What's the cost on those?
The tire stops are going to be, we need 8 of them. It's going to be right around $75 per pair. So 4 times that, 75 is $300.
Okay.
The striping is the other issue. The striping is, because of that, the striping needs to be modified as well.
Yeah.
In order for the paint to cure, we may have to wait until the weather gets better. It has to be over 50 degrees. So we'll take a look and see where that is. There's a sign that we might have to put up We'll have to take a look at that, and then the other thing is ramps. I think, although all of the ramps don't necessarily have to be there, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have 3 extra ramps where there's a little bit of a 2-inch level difference on the curb, where the concrete is.
Right.
Yeah, except that when cars are parked there, you can't get up the front way anyway.
Well, that's where we're gonna have the tire stops, because we have to,
Scoot that back.
yeah, we have to set it all back, a long ways. I did have we talked a little bit yesterday, seeking some assistance, and I think we made some progress. But at any rate, it's something that has, we have to do it. There's a lot of handicapped people here, that probably could use it. So it's something that's legitimate, I think. That's about it. One other thing that I did not mention is a little bit off of that. I think we can do all of this with, under the 2,500 for sure, so we can just go ahead and do it as soon as we can. Mr. Scanlon is here as a supervisor from our, that represents us, this district.
County Board of Supervisors.
Yeah, supervisor. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Any, and then if there's a board discussion or public comment this time.
Kathy?
Are the ramps required, or did they already tell you that that was a sufficient elevation?
I think some of the ramps are required, because theoretically, we can,
There is a ramp going to the door.
there is a
There's
ramp
level
going to
surface
the
to
door.
walk.
Yes, there is. But like for the overflow parking, people can't get there. If there's a ramp there, then they can come from there over here without having to go all the way around. It's not that big of a deal to get done, but I think it's kind of it's not a moral obligation for us. I think it's a legal one as well. So, there you go.
Any other public comments? Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
No, hang on a second, we ask Ken a question. Has anybody measured out here if that's all gonna fit?
Yes,
Do we
well-
have to tear the building down and move it?
No, we won't have to do that. The only thing, like I said, the only concern that I have is the set-off that was required from the center of the road to the set-off, because we can't, then there would be a conflict. Obviously you can't park in the road easement.
Well, it's so busy up here now.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. So we did measure it. A lot of it is okay. I'm thinking of perhaps after we get this done, to have the same guy come over and check it out again and see if it's okay.
From the county?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, I'll second.
All right, we'll go Kathy Blair,
Yes.
Alan Stone,
Yes.
Darrell Albert,
Yes.
Scott Hayden.
Yes.